Hey, what's up, guys? This is your race pace coach, and today we will go over race pace endurance versus regular endurance or traditional workout endurance. Okay, so there's the misconception or myth out there, and coaches thinking that race pace training does not work on endurance when it comes to 100s, 200s. You know, um, so I'm today in this video I will do my best to prove that race pace training does work on endurance, because when people do when the swimmers do race pace training, they're they're endure they're working when they're swimming, they're working off from their target time, and then they have the interval. So every time at practice they're swimming and they're going off their target time. They're not going off of just using their interval as their target time, because all coaches know that you know you have to give the swimmers rest to get ready for the next repetition. Okay, and then if you're not doing race pace training, and if you don't have a target time for the swimmers to achieve, they're not going to actually work towards setting or hitting that target time. Okay, for example, if you have 10 100s, maybe on a 110 or 20 30 05 or a minute interval, you're you're not really setting the target time for them as the interval. You're just setting the interval as their target time. And when it comes to these sets, 10 100s or maybe even 20 or 30 100s, you cannot expect the swimmer to make all follow you can expect the swimmer to do all 30 of them on the interval time. Because even if you say, oh, let's do 10 100s on 110, and let's do our best to get our times under 105 or 1 minute, maybe the swimmers are able to do that for like the first 3 or 4. But if you're making this continuous, they're not going to be able to make 10 in a row under 105 and under. Okay, because this you're not giving the swimmers enough rest to you know work towards that 105 or 1 minute, or even getting their times under what you specify to them, because you have the coaches or you have to set that target time and set something where if they don't make that target time, what would they do next. Okay, and then with race pace training, you're teaching the kids how to swim at these race paces, 100 race pace, 200 race pace, 500 race pace. And then when you teach them that, they understand and they get the feel as they're in the water, swimming at these certain levels of race pace, and then being able to perform these race pace at the swim meets. Okay, versus the endurance part, the regular traditional endurance part, where you're just not going off a target time and you're not really tracking what you're doing, versus race-based training where you are tracking your results and your performance. Okay, and it even applies to 50s. And then because you cannot, if you're going to work on 100 race pace, you cannot do 10 100s on 110, 10 100s on 1 minute, because when you do 10 100s on 110, 10 100s on a minute, or even on 105, that prepares them for a different type of race pace. It could prepare them for 1,000 race pace. It could prepare them for a 60-50 race pace. But you're working on the 100 race pace, and that's what you want them to improve on. And the swimmers will have to be going faster than these intervals listed here to work on their 100 race pace. And then even if we do like 1050s, you want to set that target time for them to achieve. So, and again, the target time we set for them for their 100 race pace is based off their second 50 split off 100, and you want them to work on that speed and understand it and feel how it feels to make that speed, and then make it in a row and make it in a row, and again in the repetitions to continue to work on that race pace, and then give them rest if they don't make it, and then let them refocus. Okay, so I hope you understood how the comparison between race pace endurance versus regular endurance. And if you didn't, just leave me a question about it, and then I'll respond back to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, leave a like, hit the like button. Please share and subscribe to my channel. And again, if you want to learn more about race-based training, in the link below, in the description below, I have links to my book and my Race Pace 101 course, where you can take and then learn step by step. It's a step-by-step guide on how to implement race-based training. And my saying is, you create faster swimmers in a shorter period of time, instead of traditional regular max yardage practices or training. Okay, so again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.